What are the chances for AGUMON from Digimon in Smash Bros. Ultimate? Let's check it out. Block content. What's happening, my block buddies, and welcome to a brand new episode of Blocked Content. My name is Callum, and this is going to be your content for today. Now, welcome to What Are the Chances? We already had our first episode that talked about Geno, so go check that out if you haven't already. However, today we're going to talk about something very special and something that I feel not a lot of people talk about, and that is the Digimon franchise. And I feel like Digimon actually has a chance now because of a whole other, set of leaks, set of discussions about Smash Brothers. But most of all, I feel like Smash Brothers Ultimate is making dreams come true left and right. These matchups that we've wanted to see for years, like matchups like, Snake and Cloud in the same game, and, Mario and Pac-Man. I mean, stuff like that people have been wanting to see for ages. And I feel like there's one other mashup that people really want to see, and that's the Pokemon franchise and the Digimon franchise. And I know, Pokemon is Nintendo, and it's really, really gigantic, and Digimon didn't quite digivolve enough to get on that same level. However, I feel like it kind of needs a chance. I feel like Sonic isn't as big as Mario, too, but Sonic still got into Smash Brothers, and he was like the biggest rival of Mario. Sega was the biggest rival of Nintendo. So I feel like this warrants a discussion, and I see a lot of you people are requesting AGUMON for a couple of, discussions and even Snake Codex. So I just wanted to throw in AGUMON. So thank you so much, everyone who has, decided that this is a great topic to talk about, because Digimon has been a part of my past as well. I grew up watching the TV series, but most specifically the Digimon movie. And the Digimon movie, the first one, was very special for a lot of reasons. First, because it was my first real, experience with that world. And that world is very different from Pokemon. It is, of course, monsters, and it's, training them and stuff like that, and battles. But on another different plane, Digimon have a lot more personality to them. Digimon can, interact with you in a whole lot of different ways. They do this mega evolve thing where they can evolve back as well. So they were on the forefront of a lot of great things that Pokemon came to do later as well as, their Digimon, their digital monsters. And I feel like that definitely has a great place in Smash Brothers. If you think about the moveset potential for these characters, yeah, there could definitely be a final Smash here that could transform. So I just wanted to talk about the roots of this character, because he started out in 1997. It was actually a handheld Digimon game. It was sort of like this virtual toy, so almost like, this Tamagotchi kind of thing, and which contrast to the name does get characterized as a subcategory of video game. Specifically, it's kind of like a life simulator, or, we would probably call it a pet simulator, or a non-game game, as called by Satoru Iwata, famously. Originally created after, by Bandai, which was later becoming Bandai Namco, to sell, Tamagotchi kind of games to males. So it was this transformation from Tamagotchi games that were very female oriented, raising this cute little animal, and then becoming a little bit more, towards a male market. So kind of adding a bit more monster to the cuteness. It's also a very big misconception that a character like AGUMON was first created for the 1999 anime. You could almost compare it to Pokemon, where people say the anime was the first thing to come out, but, in actuality it was stuff like the games that had people first talking about Pokemon. So Digimon had already had quite a few games before the anime even started. There was Digital Monster, which was Virtual Pet, selling 14 million units worldwide, which is a very big deal. Digital Monster versus Digimon Tamers on the Sega Saturn, and then Digimon World for PlayStation. Digimon World for PlayStation was a big one for the franchise, and actually I think was the reason that the anime was ultimately created, or along with it, because that showed that this world was so full of life and so full of chances that it took, and it was so different, growing with your monster instead of having this whole troop of them to send out. Digimon has also been on Nintendo consoles before, so in that way it would be not a weird fit for Smash Brothers. Think about stuff like the Nintendo GameCube, where there were actually a few games, the DS, the 3DS, the Game Boy Advance, and unlike Tekken and Soul Calibur, it actually has an upcoming Switch game, Digimon Survive. Now, it has nothing to do with Metal Gear Survive, especially since Bandai Namco has been really pushing a revival of the franchise for its 15th and 20th anniversary, so that's coming up with the anime tri-sequel Digimon Cyber Sleuth and Hacker's Memory. Not to mention all the new merchandise as of late, as of which is selling very well. So it seems like all the stars are aligning for Digimon to make a big reveal of sorts, right? Like even the 20th anniversary, all these new, games and all these new series coming out. So it seems like sort of a Digimon Renaissance is on its way. And I know Pokemon is doing also better than ever with Let's Go, and also just Go on the phones. It's been great, but I feel like Digimon is also making a step towards a new world. The merchandising is selling well, all of which, are just, the greatest toys. They, fold open and become other different cool characters. Pokemon doesn't really do that kind of stuff, and it looks really great. I would not put it past Nintendo and Bandai Namco to discuss Agumon and Smash to help promote the series, since the two companies are close. And yeah, they work together quite a lot, and even for Smash they do, so this would make complete sense. Digimon is of course the biggest IP of Bandai's half of Bandai Namco, making Agumon very relevant and I feel recognizable. Literally every 90s kid knows who, Agumon is from the Digimon. If you show them like a picture of it from Digimon the series, yeah, they'll probably know this character. Even non-gamers and the parents of 90s kids typically know who Agumon is. Bandai being one of the largest toy companies in the world, it only makes sense for Nintendo to keep good ties with them. Digimon's Legacy also has it to be a popular rival to Pokemon. Smash being all about dream crossovers, Mario and Sonic, Link and Cloud, maybe, even stuff like Snake and Cloud, PlayStation stuff. Agumon versus Pikachu would fit right in. The two yellow creatures, that would be an awesome fight. Plus, there would be such a surprise and hype train for Pokemon versus Digimon. It's, many years in the making, a crossover many fans have waited for over 20 years. Getting publicity from all over the internet, probably. Everyone would lose their minds. In terms of programming, it would be very simple, since he has been in a couple of Smash games, before. The Rumble Arena series is pretty much Smash Brothers. So they could kind of port that moveset over in a way. It's a little bit like characters like Ganondorf, Sonic, Cloud, Bayonetta, in a way that they could all kind of borrow moves from each other. How Sonic used to borrow a couple of moves from Pikachu, Captain Falcon, Ganondorf borrows, of course, moves from Captain Falcon, a bit of Cloud, and now Bayonetta and Cloud borrow the same weight of Zero Suit Samus and Ike respectively. So Sakurai could easily use Yoshi to fill in the gaps Agumon's moveset and, maybe movement and weight, plus Ultimate's final smash now being more cinematic, works great with Agumon's Digivolution, which I feel would be really awesome if it were just Greymon. I feel I need to remember the other ones. It was like Greymon, Metal Greymon, and War Greymon or something. And War Greymon was like this ultimate badass. It's really cool. I really hope that something like that happens. Maybe, he smashes around and it transforms into all these different forms while he does it. That'd be really cool. Sakurai himself may see Agumon as a good opportunity since he's never been above bringing old icons back. He also may have a fondness since, he's worked on virtual pet games for Sega before. Agumon would also add more reps for simulator games, as right now we have Animal Crossing, would be, a second Bandai Namco rep also. Heck, we got 3 Sega and Capcom reps, then Bandai Namco, despite helping co-developed, only gets Pac-Man. So yeah, we might be onto something here. There isn't really too much to argument against Agumon either. Typically the biggest complaint is he's an anime character, which is false unless you want to also rule out Pokemon, Mario, Sonic, Mega Man, Kirby, Captain Falcon, Pit, among others, since they also had animes released after their games. The other complaint is that Digimon is a ripoff of Pokemon, which is also not really true. They're 2 separate genres of gaming, one being more RPG focused, and the other is kind of like a pet simulator. And that's almost like saying, Zelda is an Animal Crossing ripoff, because both games give you collect things. So there really aren't any legitimate arguments against Agumon. He's a video game character, as any video game character can get in, as seen with Cloud and now Joker. Only real argument is Lloyd from the Tales series being more popular among hardcore gamers, having a Switch game and previous, a Mii costume. So I feel like those are really valid points for Agumon. The popularity exclusive to gamers where Agumon's is not. I feel like it's really cool that this character could get into the game. You know, the idea to have a monster from a franchise like Digimon is great. Agumon for me is the safest choice, but I really want to know what you guys think of this. Let me know down below in the comments. Are you excited to see a character like this? Also, I just want to credit this video to Tai's original Japanese voice actor, Toshiko Fujita, who actually recently passed away. So this video is for you. Thank you guys so much for watching. And of course, there's this awesome giveaway. You can win this great What's Happening, My Block Buddies branded t-shirt. Tell every kid on the block that you are blocked. So put down in the comments why you think you deserve the t-shirt, and maybe I'll give it away to you when we hit 25K subscribers. And of course, we are on Patreon, and a lot of people have actually, reacted to this very positively, giving me so many great video ideas and helping the channel along, as well as this video, of course. So if you want to support the channel and actually become a part of it, there's always Patreon. So even from $1 a month, that helps, and that makes me, the giddiest of giddy. So thank you guys so much. And there's a new $1 patron, which is Emmanuel Lucas, who just joined today. Thank you so much, and we're only growing. So remember, if you're not yet a member of the Blocked Content family yet, click the subscribe button, and all that news, all that fun you care about will be delivered daily to you. So thank you guys so much for watching this latest episode of What Are the Chances? And I'll see you guys around the corner. Let me know who you want next for What Are the Chances? Because there's always more Blocked content. See ya.